Hi crypto kings and queens, welcome to my channel. My name is Natalie. In today's episode I will show you what potentially can happen on Bitcoin. We are looking at the market came to the higher time frames Fibonacci. If the support trend line will hold, we can continue up a little bit more, or we can actually see the market breaking it during today's New York session and we see continuation to the downside. I will also show you why I did take this trade on Matic. My take profit is around 1.400. We just have to wait and see if we're coming to that level. At least all the confirmation that I needed was perfect, but stop loss can also get hit, but we can also come back down to the take profit. Remember, I am no financial advisor. You need to look up everything yourself first, but please continue watching this video and I'll show you what I see on Ethereum, on Matic, and on Bitcoin. We are looking at Ethereum on the 4-hour chart, and we are seeing still the market is maintaining the higher lows, as you can see, and we are right now we could potentially now see market coming back down to around 2,650 and 2,600 to potentially create the next higher low for then continue to the upside. If we are seeing the market giving us a reversal pattern around these Fibonacci levels, that could potentially take us back up to 2,888 or 90 if you want to be precisely, or through 3,000. And from that level we want to see if we're continuing back to the upside or if we're actually breaking to the downside, because this is still the higher time frames levels where I potentially can see the market creating a lower high and continues back down. But short-term targets right now, I'm waiting for the market to reverse back down to these levels. If we are seeing that happening, we're also having this support trend line as another confirmation that if we come to this level and respect it, we also respect the trend line, and that is the push that we could potentially have on Ethereum to the upside short term. Looking at Matic, it was actually the first time I went into a trade on Matic, and what I did see on the higher time frames, I will just show you that first of all on TradingView, is that the overall picture, we did break this weekly trend line, as you guys can see. So we're having a weekly trend line. We're going down to the daily chart. So we did come up and retested it a couple of days ago, and we can see that we did the market gave us a doji. These three candlesticks also represent an evening star, and that is a bearish reversal pattern, so the market can continue back down. Going to the lower time frames, we saw the market creating higher highs and higher lows. Market broke the uptrend, because that is why I am having this support trend line to see how the market is behaving. We did break it, we came back down. So when we did break it, I actually took on the 12-hour chart a Fibonacci from the highest point from 1.7 to the lowest point at 1.5, and on the lower time frames, this is what we can see. The market did respect it, and now market continues to the downside. And that is why I took this trade, and you can see how perfectly this entry was. So I'm having my target at 1.400. So we're just gonna see how market's gonna behave, but I am on BYBIT on a trade on Matic, and it's the first time, so I was pretty excited about that. So we just have to wait and see how that's gonna turn out. I'm gonna update you on the next live stream that I'm having or the next video. Remember that on BYBIT you can receive a bonus up to $4,100 right now through Bitcoinsensus. You're having the link in the description down below this video, and BYBIT is super good because if you want to hold your positions for a longer time, also you can have a very low fee, and that is why this is so good. And with the bonus, you are also helping Bitcoinsensus by doing that, so me and Andy and the whole Bitcoinsensus team can sit here and show you exactly what we see on the charts. If we're looking at Bitcoin right now, we are still seeing the market, we're just having the market continue to the upside. We saw a small pullback since yesterday, so I haven't analyzed the market today on Bitcoin, so we're just gonna try to drag the Fibonacci again. We almost came up to the higher time frames Fibonacci levels at 39,400 and 40,400, and that is the weekly support and resistance, or that was actually the daily. So that is the daily Fibonacci that we're having. So in case we just might also see the market reversing back down now, if you're just dragging the Fibonacci back down to 42,362, going to the lower time frames, we can see that we did retest this level. If we're coming back down for a last higher low at 37,600 or 37,800, if this level will not hold as a higher low, and come back up to the higher time frames Fibonacci and then see market continue back down, we can actually see the market, you know, had the retest of these levels and market breaks the uptrend just as we saw on Matic, retest, then market continues to the downside. So we just might potential now see the market having retested the higher time frames Fibonacci, and that could definitely be when we are seeing the market reversing back down again. So everything depends right now on how the market, or not everything obviously, but this is the first thing that I'm looking at. If we will hold this Fibonacci and see a higher low be created and then see the last bounce to the upside, and if we're coming to these levels, I definitely see market breaking to the downside. But this could also be the end of the pullback that we're having at the moment, and we are going back down now. The targets that I'm having is just like yesterday, so just going to the left, we could potentially come back down to around first level is obviously 35,000 because that is the last lower low. But for the market to create another lower low, we need to break that one, and that could potentially take us back down to 31,400 around these levels, as long as we just have to break this previous lower low, or we're just coming back down to the support, whatever's going to happen. But I definitely see the market breaking to the downside from these levels. But I'm going to have an eye on what's happening at the moment on Bitcoin. So I'm just going to have a notifications if we're coming to that level. I want to see if we're having some huge momentum, because soon New York session will open and it's a lot of things happening. Now, a couple of hours ahead, it's more likely the market will be volatile, but I would not be surprised if we actually see the break of this trend line, see the retest, then market continues back down. Thank you so much, guys, for looking at this video together with me. I hope you did learn something. If you did, please comment below. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the notification so you always see when I'm having my daily updates or when I'm having my live streams, which I also will have later today. I wish you will have a good day. It's super nice weather outside in Sweden, so I'm just gonna make this video, then I'm going out for a walk. I hope you also will do that. We need some fresh air inside of our lungs just to be in line with ourselves. Go and meditate if you want to or need to. I always do that before I'm going to the chart so I can have a clean brain. Have a good day. We'll see each other later. Mwah, from Sweden.